Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Modesto. We're so glad that you've joined us this morning, and we're going to start off with some singing. So the words for the first song are already up on the screen. So we're starting our day with love. And it's easier to sing if you're standing because you just get more oxygen into your lungs. So stand, and we're so happy to see Sally and Luis here today. Welcome. Yeah, it's great. So stand and we'll start singing. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, 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 love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. And we're also grateful that today we have Lynn Padlow playing for us. So welcome to Lynn, too. Okay, our next song is It's a Blessed Day. It's a blessed day in the morning. The sky is blue, the sun is bright. It's a blessed day and everything's all right. It's a blessed day, can't you feel it? Within your heart, God's love is true. It's a blessed day, you know God lives in you. It's a blessed day, will you share it? Upon your face now wear your smile. It's a blessed day, come walk with God a while. Come walk with God a while. You're sounding fabulous. And our next song is I Send My Love, and Carol is on her way up to lead us in the motions. Thank you, Carol. Yes. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens. and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. Thank you, Carol. And we're going to sing the Lord's Prayer now, so if you want to join hands with your neighbor, you can just join across the aisle. We don't need to make a circle. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you. You can have a seat, and I'm not quite sure who's doing announcements. Oh, here she comes. It's Barb doing the announcements this morning.
Good morning, everyone. The first thing we'd like to see, do we have any newcomers today to Unity? Any newcomers, any first-timers? If you're a first-time visitor here at Unity, we'd like to welcome you with a welcome package. So if you're here for the first time, can you raise your hand? Anybody? No. Okay, here we go. And okay, so one of the first announcements is volunteers are needed. We're looking for greeters. We're looking for a few volunteers to greet the congregants on Sunday mornings as they enter the sanctuary. And we want to extend God's love and joy to everyone who enters here. There's a sign-up sheet on the back table, and we ask you to sign up for one Sunday a month. If you arrive a little bit early, and you can pass out bulletins and blessings in the little basket there. The Love in Action group for 2018, there's still a few openings for activities. Please take a look at the sign-up sheet on the rear table if you have any ideas to bring us all together and have fun. Preschool prep. So excited. We've done a lot of work this week, and you wouldn't think it would be that kind of a week, but a lot of things happened. So we've set the first weekend in March as our official clean out date. We'll be here Saturday, March the 3rd at 10 a.m. to get started. Some of the things are going to get thrown away. Some of them are going to get donated. So anybody who can help come take a few things, or if you're looking at a few things that you might even need, instead of us putting them straight to the trash, that would be great too. Okay, there's some bookcases and things like that that need to go, because everything needs to be very small for the preschool. So some of the big cabinets aren't going to stay. Okay. So we'll be needing able hands to come help with that. Okay. I had a prayer going out, a prayer request. Laura, do you remember? We had a phone call in for a prayer request for a special family, and I'm sorry, it's on my phone and it didn't get right here. So can we pray for our Unity family? We have someone who's in transition right now, and the family needs prayers, and I apologize. So about today's speaker. Sharon Casey has lived in the Ceres Modesto area most of her life. She's a mother of 2 grown daughters and 5 grandchildren. She loves animals. She has 3 dogs and 7 cats. Sharon, you beat me. Thank you. Sharon has worked as an information technology professional for over 22 years. She's currently in the last year of a 2-year study to become an ordained minister through Community Miracles Center in San Francisco. Sharon is also the author of a book entitled Clouds of Heaven, Beings of Light. She has been an active member of our Unity of Modesto community for the past several years and currently leads our silent prayer team and our social media outreach. I always love those. Please give Sharon a warm welcome.
I don't think today is the 11th. And up on the screen, do we have the affirmation for the month? There we go. And our affirmation, if we could read that all together. Together, I am loved. My thoughts, words, and actions reveal my loving nature. How appropriate for Valentine's month. And hey, we're on. For Sunday, what's the date? Well, I was going to just, since I'm not going to be here next week, I was just speeding it up for you. So for the 18th, you know, when you retire, you don't care about calendars anymore. It's like, who cares? I trust in my spiritual insight, and I am at peace. Experience can guide me as I deal with any challenges in my life. I appreciate acquired skills and the many ways in which they serve me. Still, at times, a new perspective is needed to take a fresh look at any missed opportunities or solutions. So I learned to rely on my indwelling spiritual insight, my Christ expression, to guide me to the most effective choices I can make. In experiencing oneness with God as source, any fears and challenges of the world are dissolved and alleviated. I am able to find both courage and peace. No proof is needed or even possible for my spiritual insight. I simply trust, and I am at peace. And from John 16:13, when the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth, for he will not speak on his own, but will speak whatever he hears, and he will declare to you the things that are to come.
We're now preparing for meditation. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Take pride, my King, in what you hear. May it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. May it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear.
Let us now relax and drop off everything outside this building, everything prior to this moment in time. Let us go within to that sanctuary within that is spirit. And this morning, let us consider release. First, think of a thing, a physical thing, that you can let go of. This is good practice. Picture yourself holding it and then letting go as if it were a bowling ball. Let it roll away. And know that this is the same process we go through to let go of anything, everything that is no longer serving us. Simply let it go and roll away. And then think of an experience, something from your past that perhaps you visit a little too often. So let's take that moment right now to take that experience and let it roll away. Just bless it and let it go. Release with relief. It is over. It is done. It is in the past. It need not resurface. And you can do this process anytime. And now think of a person, someone who, for whatever reason, is ready to move on. Whether they go towards something that's new, like school, or whether they're moving, or even if they're facing that powerful experience of moving on to the next plane of existence. Let us release that person with love, love and blessing, because we want only the best for people, animals, whatever, living things that we know go on. We release in love. And we retain that warm feeling of love and caring as we bring our thoughts back, because we know that releasing and letting go has opened us up to accept the wonderful message that we will hear now. And we're grateful.
Good morning. Ooh, I sound so loud. Is that better? Oh, I am so glad that I was given an opportunity to talk today. I'm not really a public speaker, but I guess it does. You don't have to be a public speaker to be able to get up and share a message. I choose love for my talk today. And when considering that, I thought, set the prisoners free, open the gate of love. And then I thought, what prisoners? How many times had I withheld love and not extended it to my brother and my sister? The times are countless. When considering prisoners, I would be reminded of a therapist I once heard of. He was called to help at a Hawaiian state hospital where the criminally insane patients were totally out of control. The ward in which the patients were kept was very dangerous. Psychologists quit on a monthly basis. The staff called in sick a lot or simply quit. People would walk through the ward with their backs against a wall, afraid of being attacked by the patients. It was a very unpleasant and not a very safe place for anyone. This therapist was Dr. Hugh Lin, and what's interesting is that he never actually saw any of the patients. He agreed with the hospital to review their files, and he requested an office. That was it. He was going to review their files. As Dr. Lin began to review each patient's files, he noted feelings that would come up within his self, feelings of pain, discomfort, anger, the slightest tinge of any sort of discomfort or something that was not of love. And he was sympathetic towards these feelings that he had. He started healing and working on himself, taking full responsibility for what was going on with any given patient. As each feeling arose, he would forgive it and move on to the next. He worked on those feelings that were within him, not outside of himself, not on his patients. As Dr. Lin did this healing on himself, little by little things started to change in the hospital. The walls in which they couldn't keep painted, something would always happen to them, writing, smears. they stayed painted. They would paint him and they wouldn't need to paint him any longer. The environment became more pleasant. The garden started being taken care of, and some of the tennis courts were repaired. Some prisoners that up until that time would not be allowed to go outside started going outside in the gardens. They started playing tennis with the staff. Patients who had been shackled started being allowed to walk freely and would receive less heavily pharmaceutical drugs. Many were taken off medication altogether. As Dr. Lin did this healing on himself, although he was not working with the patients at all, this miracle began to happen. And it was amazing. Staff started showing up for work. They enjoyed being there. The absenteeism and turnover issue at the hospital that they had been experiencing disappeared. Those who had no chance of ever being released were being freed. They were healed. When asked what happened to change things so dramatically, Dr. Lin explained, "I was simply healing the part of me that created them." He went on to say, "In a literal sense, the entire world is my creation. I simply took responsibility for it." When I was thinking on Dr. Lin Hu, I was reminded of what Gandhi said, and must have been what he meant when he said, "In order to change the world, you must be the change you want to see happen in the world," by taking responsibility for it. Dr. Lin took responsibility for the prisoners. And I thought, what of my prisoners? Who have I locked up without possibility of release? I would consider what Myrtle Fillmore said in the healing letters. And that's one thing I would like to say, that doing some research on what Unity would consider of this type of healing, I read all of Myrtle's healing letters, and it's the first time I'd ever read them, and they are quite amazing. She wrote them in the mid-1800s, and they're just so beautiful. They're available on unity.org, and it's in a PDF download. It's free, and I would suggest all of you to go look it up online and read them. They're just lovely. Myrtle said, "Each of us is inseparably one with God, the source and the substance of life and wisdom and every good. Each one of us must draw upon the source for his own sustenance and for his own light and for his own power." To me, this spoke of taking responsibility for the world that we perceive. And in a sense, I too have placed many in my own prison by not choosing love. And I would consider what Dr. Lin had done by releasing the criminally insane patients of a hospital where they had no possibility of release, by healing his own self. And I'd like to give you an example of one of my little stories that I had on something similar to this. Some years ago, while I was overwhelmed with an epiphany that I had imprisoned so many. I set them behind the iron gate with no possible escape or release. In my mind, although they would thirst for love, no water would be given them, not a drop. And I've stood watch to assure the prison gate remained sealed. Some I placed there I knew, yet there are countless ones I have never met. Still they remain where I've placed them, in darkened silence, separate from God, without love or forgiveness. They are the condemned and the damned. While driving, I call my little town out in Ceres Sleepy Town Suburbia, because it's you drive around early in the morning, it's pretty quiet out there. I saw two beautiful adult raccoons dead in the middle of the road. And I had become so enraged, I said every curse word one could think of, full sentences. Every word cursing and condemning. I beat my fist on the steering wheel, and somehow I slammed my head into the roof of my car. I was enveloped in sadness and rage. I cried so hard I had to pull over. I envisioned some young yahoo out driving at dawn, running over everything he could find. Not trying to avoid, but aiming. And at that moment, that young yahoo became one of my many prisoners. He wasn't real. I made him up, yet in that moment, in a sense, I invented him. He was real to me, and I was angry at him. How could he do such a thing? The epiphany came to me as I sat pondering my thoughts and feelings on the gate of love. I was overcome with holy, healing tears. I stood there peering through the iron gate so big into the darkened prison that I had made, where only love can take on the meaning of forgiveness and set the prisoners free. I wasn't guarding the gate of the damned and condemned. I was blocking the gate of love. Oh. At that moment, I opened the gate, and out walked a face of a young man I had never met. We looked at one another and smiled, embracing hug, and one by one they emerged. Beautiful lighted faces, the children of light, the children of God, free at last. There was one left sitting in the darkest corner, and as she emerged, I saw a face quite familiar. I had at last set myself free. With a beautiful release. Both Dr. Lynn and myself chose love. We chose to open the gate of love through forgiveness and set the prisoners within our minds free. What was the mantra he repeated? Let's see if this slide will work. The mantra he used to change the lives of all these criminally insane people was very simple. He called it, aha, one of them finally has the words on that. I sent slide in with that I had added text to, and a couple of them didn't seem to have it. It's called, Richard, how do you pronounce this? Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. Yeah, it's a tongue twister for me, but basically, I love you, I am sorry, or you could say I apologize, I hear Pastor Paul saying, don't say I'm sorry. Say I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. And sometimes he might change it to, I love you, thank you, I love you, thank you. When I consider this mantra, I use it quite a lot. It's an easy one to remember. Whenever I get a feeling within me that isn't extending love, it's where I feel I'm blocking love and the flow is not coming from me, I don't look outside of myself. I take the feeling that I have within and I love that feeling. Even though it might not be a good feeling, I ask it to forgive me, and I apologize, and I let it know how much I love it and that I am grateful. And usually right about then it goes away. So when choosing love, your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and all the world blessed together. No one loses, nothing is taken from you, nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his full due. And he is entitled to everything because it is his birthright as the Son of God. Unity refers to this as God mind within. All forgiveness is a gift to yourself. Choose love and set yourself free. I love you, thank you, I love you. That's it.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love, there is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. All right. Thank you. So I believe this is the time Richard's bringing the prayer box forward. Is that true? And people are busily writing prayers to add in. So our prayer box that is on the back table there is a place for you to make requests for yourself or others or situations. And you can place your requests into the prayer box. And we have a prayer team that prays here in Modesto for 30 days before they're sent on to Unity in Missouri. Where, yes. Oh, thank you. So Sharon just said she put a sign-up sheet in the back for anyone who's interested in being on the prayer team, which then she sends out the list of people who we're praying for every week. The list comes. And so it's an opportunity for you to become part of the community in prayer for those of you who don't like to be out in public. You can be behind the scenes doing one of the very most important things there are. So here's Richard.
Good morning. What a great talk. Thank you. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, these prayers are about windows through which your love flows into our life, healing all negative energies in its path. And we are grateful. Om. Peace. Amen.
Thank you, Richard. Okay, and next we're going to be doing the offering. So if you would like to take your offering and hold it in your hands so that you can bless it before you release it. Not exactly like the bowling ball that Nancy was talking about. And here's the offering statement. So together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And now would you join me in singing, I Am So Blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. Dear loving presence, we are so grateful to know that the gifts that we have released and put in these baskets today are going to go out into the community and support our loving community here at Unity of Modesto. We give thanks that this is so, and so it is. Amen. Yes. And now we're going to say together the prayer for protection. So if you'd like to stand. And last week, Reverend Cindy had us start circling up while we were saying that. How did that work for you? Good? So if you'd like to start making the circle while we say the prayer for protection, that would, I don't know, maybe make things flow more seamlessly. I'm not sure. I'm seeing some squishy faces. Okay. Together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right. And so now we're going to sing the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.